Hey everybody, it's been a while since I've done a video, but I have started playing my Druid recently after a few months of a break during the summer. I got my Necro level 60 and I happen to have a Luminescent Staff, which, for those of you that don't know, is an incredible quadding item that casts Lightning Strike, this one, for free, but you have to be level 46 to use it. I am level 45 and a half. So I just got to get through this one half level and then I got a Luminescent Staff. So I am in Butcherblock and I'm quadding Dwarves. And it's pretty great. So I just wanted to make a video about it. There's a couple other ones, but whatever, I enjoy doing it, so I'm gonna. We are here at 16 on the beach. This way up there, just out of the clip plane, is the dock. And right around here is the Druid ring, and I'll actually run there at the end of this video. So for those of you that don't know, you can quad up to 4 targets. So really you just grab 4 blues, bunch them together, and then cast Lightning Strike over and over again. There's a bit of an art to it, so this is how I do Dwarves. The fastest run speed at this level is Form of the Great Wolf, a 44 spell. Which I am right now. Here, the Loonare Clipse, also in Dial, but I'm not going to keep that on because people ask you for ports. Dial a port, great thing to be in. I have a pretty small mana pool because my gear sucks. I haven't really upgraded it because this was just sort of a porting tune, but I'll upgrade it later. But I'm not really going to do that until I get my Luminescent Staff, which you don't need any mana for. So this will take your entire mana bar with bad gear like mine is, but that's fine because it all respawns, and they're on a 12-minute spawn, so you have, about 10-12 minutes to get all your mana back, so as long as you can kill them all without having to med, you're just fine. So here are the 4. These are Kaladim Citizen faction, and you can see they're just becoming aggro to me. They start at like amiable even for a halfling. So Din Ironblend is going to be one of them, and then there's 2 in that building. Probably the easiest way I found to do this is to just cast Ensnare, which is your long snare. Din will run at you and then just kind of go next to this building, and he'll, or she, they're all women, will run straight through that building and pull the other 2. That'll give you this target, Lan and Dalbar. Snare both of those as you're running down the beach, and I'm going to go grab the 4th one, whose name is Cygnus, I believe. Don't hit me. It's just, you just follow this cliff here on the right. It's not too far of a run. You follow it down, see the beach is on my left, but just really you should follow this ridge here. You'll see these. This guard tower, which is actually on a separate faction. See, they're still, they're apprehensive, but they don't attack me. And I don't even think they social aggro. I have not had that happen yet, so I don't think you really have to worry about it. I don't think they do. The Kaladim Citizens is like a pretty rare faction, that's why these are great to kill, because it's not really going to mess you up that much. I don't know of anything except for like 10 mobs in the entire game that are even on this faction, and that's the only hit you have. So these are kind of great. Like, these 4 mobs will attack you eventually, but other than that, it seems to be pretty low impact. So what I do is I snare out of that building. Cygnus will come, and so now I have all 4 on me ensnared rather. I think ensnare must be like 6-minute timer or something. It has not worn off a single time since I've done this. So you can see here, and these 2 are coming around. So now on quad, we have to bunch them up. And since it's a long run, I want to get all 3 of them in sight. And then, there we go. And then, ooh, that was dumb. I'm trying to get the nice view here. So normally you do this in first person and you wouldn't ever take a hit like that, but really you just run around in a circle for a while and they'll eventually, due to pathing, just bunch up together. This is a nice flat area, so I usually just run around in like about 3 circles, maybe 4, depending on how spread out there, and see how they're getting more and more together. Whew. You don't want to take all 4 hits though, because they hit, they hit for 92, and Druids don't have all that much life. Okay, there we go. So now they're all together. See. And I'm gonna run back to their initial spawn point, so I don't have to run back when they die. And then also I've been selling after every one because I'm like pretty close to encumbered. I've just been selling at the Druid ranks. So then I just cast Lightning Strike. Cygnus I think is 1 level higher than all the other ones. So you keep her on target. She'll take 1 more cast than everything else. All other 3 will die at the same time, which is actually kind of fine because you pull those first anyway. So if it takes another 30 seconds to kill Cygnus, it doesn't slow you at all. You'll be running for the next cycle before she spawns. So really just run the length of the beach back, make sure you have line of sight, and just beat the shit out of it. Just keep casting on them. They're all blue. I don't know. I think they're level 35, maybe 30. Maybe Cygnus is 36 or something. I'd have to check. But they're all blue still. So it's pretty good experience. I mean, 45 is a pretty bad hell level. So, it's still time consuming. I've been doing this just about every cycle. I've been on 5 hours of work. 4.5 hours, and I've gotten, almost 60%. So it's good experience. Like, I did all of 44 in not a long amount of time. It was probably half this much experience or so. It was really quick, it seemed. But this is really great. I mean, it's probably, I don't know, 18 minutes a cycle or something, maybe 20 if you're really adding it all up, but pretty quick. And what's great about this style is you do it for about 5 minutes and then you get a 12-minute break, which is the type of playing I really like for P99. If you're going to grind, I would prefer to do it that way than a lot of other ways. So, yep, I'm just running back to the Druid rings because that's where I'm going to sell. And also it'll put me back here so I can just med up and wait for these 2 spawn again. And so I think they all but Cygnus will die on the next cast. And then I just blast Cygnus one more time. I could probably use a slightly less expensive Cassie. All 3 should die. Yep. And then just Cygnus, who will run, and just 1 more cast on her, and you're all dead. They're all dead. And it's like exactly my mana bar. There you go. That's it. And then they drop bronze and some fine steel and some like other random stuff. These sell for about 4 platinum. They drop them every time, and every now and then they drop some fine steel. This time, and like some mail and things like that, chain mail and that sort of thing. So then, the really awesome thing is if this is great for anybody that quads, which I suppose is just, I think to my knowledge, that's just Druids and Wizards. So if you're a wizard, you come in from Greater Fate Arc, and if you're a Druid, you're right next to it, like you port right here. So, and just because I'm high on weight, I don't even really need to loot these. I mean, it's not great money, but it's some. For if you were a 44 first time tune and like didn't have much money, it'd be. And what I've been doing is, I don't think there's really anything that wanders here that hurts you. I haven't even had it aggro, but there's like another level 5 by that guard tower that can aggro you, but it hasn't even done that to me. But it's level 5, so it doesn't matter. But I don't think any of this stuff, like that's not on. That's for epic, the wizard epic. But I don't think any of this other stuff is actually on that faction. So like, you're totally fine. And so what I'll do is I'll just sit here by the water, and I do this in a lot of situations where I'm working or doing something in the background. Like you just have like a really narrow sliver here, like when I have my web page up. So I'll see this spot in like 10 minutes. And that's it. And then I'll just repeat that, and you know, I'll level in another 2 or 3 hours, which I'm not doing today, but that's how it's done. And then I will be able to use my Luminescent Staff. Hey everybody, so I wanted to show one more thing real quick. I think it's not open. There is a second location in which you can quad Dwarven or Kaladim Citizens, and is at the docks, which is in the northwest corner of the zone in Butcherblock. So the cool thing is I'm 46 now, so I have my Luminescent Staff, and that is mana free, so I can easily do both this camp and the earlier one in the video. But I gotta show you the location of the 4 Kaladim Citizens. Here's one, Lauren. There's one. The other one is over on the FV docks. Over here. Oh, it looks like the boat is here as well. I don't think anything else here is on that faction, so they shouldn't aggro you. And the 2 other are each in this building, so be careful when you pull them that you don't get snugged up upon. The final one is in this building. I should have done that in a different order, so I could have done them at the same time, but that's okay. So just start bunching them up way over here, and then since they're so snared, I should be able to get it no problem. Don't actually go in the room, because you'll probably get stuck and snugged up upon. There's Doran. Glosklin. There you go. So you got all 4. So this is a pretty big open spot. So most people, just to minimize the amount of distance they have to run, which takes time each cycle, you can just quad them in here. And just as long as they don't get near any of these other NPCs in your quadding damage, it doesn't matter, because nothing else will social aggro. So, you know, just do your circles. Get them all next to each other so they can be quadded. And then you can just start using your Luminescent Staff. There we go. Alright, so the main thing to know about the Lumi Staff is it's got a 10-second cast. It is free. It's the same spell I was casting for the other ones. But since it's a 10-second cast, they get much closer to you. So just be prepared for that. So you can't really start casting when they're out of range. You have to start casting it as soon as they run into range with Snare on, because you'll see they'll come right up next to you when it finally lands. And if you wait too long, you'll hit yourself. And if you wait even longer than that, they'll hit you all at the same time. And you know that'd be 94 damage 8 times if they hit you every time, and some bashes and kicks. So just go back and forth. Make sure you're out of range. It's probably too far. Just start spamming the hotkey, your Lumi Staff, and the awesome thing about this is it's double the experience, because you can, as soon as you get done with this, since I didn't use any, I can just run down the docks and get the other one. So you can just do this back and forth, and probably even have a few minutes of downtime too. So and they're all blue still. So it's kind of perfect for 46, and I think these will green out at 46 or 47. So yeah, just do this back and forth, and they'll all be dead. And it's one of the coolest things ever. This Luminescent Staff is one of the best things in the game for a druid at this level. It's like a golden highway to level 60. There's several quadding spots, but this is really great. they too close when I casted? It's gonna be close. No, good. Yeah, perfect. So yeah, so that's awesome. See, I'm at full mana, so I could do that literally forever. I mean, I guess you could run out of mana with an ensnare if you need to heal yourself or something. But then after that, you just go outside of the docks. Unfortunately, with this wall, I guess if you have Lev, you could go around, but like go around this. But you have to run around the wall and then. And here we go. And this is where I would start my cycle, and there's another druid right here doing it.